Bringing our hands onto our knees or thighs, chin to chest, right ear, right shoulder, head back, left ear, left shoulder, chin to chest. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Focus on your thyroid and parathyroid gland. That home right here. Reverse the direction. Last rotation. And then you come to center, you bring your hands into Gyan Mudra. And then palms facing forward. So tip of your thumb touches tip of index finger. Move your shoulders up and back and towards each other so that you open really your chest region and bringing your shoulder blades together. Exhale down, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. The shoulders go up, back, and around. And then we stay here, and the shoulders just go back. So you bring your elbows back, exhale forward. Count to 4 on the inhalation, bringing your shoulder blades together. Count to 2, bringing your shoulders forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and keep going. Open your chest. Make space for your heart. We always focus on joy, and joy actually resides in the heart. If our heart center is open, we can experience and share joy. Last round. Good. And then have your the middle fingertips touch in front of your heart center, palms facing down. On the inhalation, you bring your left arm out to the side, palm is facing forward. Exhale back. Inhale, right palm is facing forward. Exhale, right palm is facing outside. So when you bring your arm out to the side, the palm will face forward, and then on the exhalation, back, down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. All these asanas are for the heart this morning. And then throughout the day, really see that your posture is in a way so that your heart center has space. When you sit at the desk in between, just arch back. With all the cold and the rain and everything, we contracted a little bit. Even physically, yeah, because when we're cold, we crunch our shoulders. So we're breaking open right now. Last little bit. Good, come to center. Exhale, bring the thumb and cross over ring finger and pinky. Bring your elbows above your ears. Exhale, bring the elbows back. So it's inhale, exhale, exhale. Some of you know this mudra from church. Now lift your diaphragm. Make sure the elbows are higher than your ears. You know, we're not doing this. This is nice, but not effective. So really move the elbows up. Get everything inside of you activated, especially your circulation to the heart. Come on, last 30 seconds. I always tell my students, just imagine, you think this is hard, and then think of your heart. And what would happen if your heart would say, you know what, this is really too hard. I take a break. You would actually freak out. So work for your heart with joy. Good. Just for a moment, rest your hands onto your knees, palms facing up, and just feel into your chest region. You might feel that you're breathing deeper right now, that there's more space internally. And drop your shoulders. And then we open our eyes, we bring both arms forward, palms face each other. Inhale, right arm goes back, and you follow your right arm with your eyes. Exhale, inhale, left, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Powerful breath through your nose. Always remember, twist every day. Your body needs it. You should move in a way that you feel you get warmer. That you activate the Agni inside of you, the fire. Last little bit. Good, and come to center. Bring your palms facing forward, elbows back. Inhale here, lift your chin, chest. Exhale, round. Arms hugging your ears. Inhale. Exhale. Round back as much as you can right now, and then arch fully. Engage your entire spine. Show your heart to the world each time you're arching. Last 3 repetitions. Good, and now we are placing our hands on opposite shoulder, yeah, above the elbow, as I say, above your elbows. You take the forearm that's on top, you hit your forehead, and then you hit your solar plexus. So it's inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. You push the energy from the 3rd chakra, your solar plexus, into the heart, all the way through your throat, into your 3rd eye. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale. Wrap your right hand around your left pinky and rest your hands in your lap. Just pampering your heart meridian in your left pinky. And then close your eyes. Regulate your breath. On the inhalation, you mentally count to 4. Then you suspend your inhalation, counting to 7. And your exhalation, you're counting for 8. All goes through the nose. We inhale through the nose, counting to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Suspending our breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Suspend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Suspend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and continue now at your own pace. Do your last round. And just let go of your mudra, regulate your breath. And when you're ready, you open your eyes.
Thank you, Siddhi. I want to change my view. I want to see faces. I need to change this. Let's see. There. That's better. Want to see you, darling ladies. So we opened our session today, our sharing, with the question, what does joy mean to you? What does the word joy mean to you? We are the fragrance of joy. So let's chat about joy today. Siddhi touched upon where it lives in our heart. So I asked the question, where are we looking for joy? And why is the association with joy often predicated on certain conditions? I want us to look at this a little differently. Joy is, of course, simply a word, 3 little letters, such a small little word with such potency. Very interesting, right? A tiny little word. Each of us has found feeling or feelings that we associate with joy. And there is an inverse relationship between being preoccupied, tense, fear, overwhelmed, and joy. In many of us, joy is most easily noticed in low levels of distress. So we may experience the same joyful condition when we are stressed and preoccupied and not recognize it as joy, when conversely, when we are relaxed, many things seem joyful. So think about that, how it's as though we let down a certain guard. And when we're not having to hold ourselves up, shore ourselves up to be able to handle a situation or something in life, then almost everything seems kind of alive around us and joyful. But when we're having outside circumstances that we're carrying with us, it's harder, it's denser for us to see through to joy. And yet, here we are on our Saturday mornings, giving our time over to our exploration and practice of the spiritual path, so that the ultimate goal of our spiritual path is that external circumstances do not throw us off of our equilibrium or off of what I will say is our true nature, joy. Because in that condition, we're able to explore this whole inner life, excuse me, that we have, that leads us into connection with the divine, with our highest self, with the divine that we hold both inside of us and outside of us. So shouldn't joy be held in us regardless of the conditions around us? However, in our humanness, joy is unsteady. It's not unavailable, it's unsteady. What would it take for us to believe that joy is our natural state, regardless of the outside circumstances, to establish that our internal composition is one of joy and love? We study this in the Course in Miracles. We've looked at this many ways. What would it take for us to actually believe that? Not just say it in language, but to believe it. To believe that we carry fragments of divinity, including joy and love, within us. Maybe the truth is that the memory of joy is what sustains us in difficult times. Not actually feeling joy in the moment, but remembering that joy is possible. Finding joy as our true nature is a deep exploration. It's a lifetime exploration. Some find joy through faith and trust in something beyond our understanding. It requires for us to establish that joy is not produced by conditions or a specific scenario, but rather that conditions and a specific scenario are portals or pathways to the soul remembering its innate nature of joy. So this is a journey of remembering, because when you remember it, then joy is an underlying theme through everything. When we're waiting for it to be connected or for us to see that there's something that is activating it, then we sometimes have to wait a long time. But if we can remember that that is our true nature, then it's a different experience that we're having. So in error, we come to associate conditions and specific scenarios as the source of our joy, and we attach those conditions or specific scenarios, we attach to them rather than using them to hone our resonance with our innate radiant joy. So we want to find ways that we enter into relationship with this joy. So we understand that practicing a refining of ourselves so that we can come closer to living in the truth of our joyful nature. So this is a subtlety. It goes from being an external, concrete event that creates a certain emotion within us that then touches upon the joy that is already there. It activates it. These are activities, external activities that activate it. How is it that we can come to a place where we don't need an external activation? We simply understand that at the root of us, we are joy. So we must refine our connectedness to this state of being. This is part of our journey in our spirit path of practicing the pranayama and the movement and all of the things that we use as our micro practices for refining our ability to tap into what is the truth underlying everything that's happening around us. What is the truth that's inside of us? So that we come to a place where something as routine as breathing brings us back to our joyful nature. That it doesn't have to be a big splashy thing that's happening with lights and music or a certain number of people or certain people, that knowingness and that experience of joy is routine in us. Joy never abandons us. Even in our difficult moments, it lies just beneath the surface because it's the fragrance of you. It's your essence, it's your nature. And until we own that, and we resonate with that, we will continue to look for and experience things through these portals of something that we think brings us joy. Joy is not brought to us, joy comes out of us. Our soul has memory, so what we feed it connects it to the knowingness and truthfulness of its nature. That's why we feed it things that allow us to cut through some of the dogma of traditions or the trauma of experiences. We cut through that so that we can get to, our memory can have this connection to what is the rawness of the truth of us. And if we believe that we are joy, then we're going to have to train our soul to remember it all the time, not just under certain conditions. So this circles us back to our previous conversation and discussion of awareness and self-observation. One of the ways that we refine our connection to these portals or pathways to our nature and essence of joy is that we practice awareness. That's why I asked in the beginning, what does the word joy mean to you? We want to start, being so reflective that we notice when the smallest of things are the impetus or the thing that catapults us, the catalyst that brings us back into connection with joy. It's not that that thing is joy. It's that it reminds us how to touch into that which is in us all the time. We have to keenly be aware of ourselves, because if we're aware of ourselves and our surroundings, we start to notice the tiniest of things that are impacting our level of joy and our experience of joy. We know on this spiritual journey, we cannot plow through our lives like a bull in the china cabinet and expect to notice the essence of our joy because it's subtle. We have been relying too long on outside markers to assure ourselves that we can be joyful. So it's time now for us to live into this natural essence and the inherent joy that we carry with us. And by the way, being joyful does not imply that you're happy and smiley all the time. It means touching into the fabric of our divinity, where the divine meets humanity, and carrying that joy across the crevasse so that we know it is truth. So the divine has that joy in it, and we are fragments of and pieces of the divine. So when the divine and humanity touch, we have an opportunity for us to absorb that experience of joy and then own it as our own. So the practice of self-observation and awareness is our practice of stepping into the portals, stepping into the essence of joy and the truth of the nature of our being. So we want to be aware to know when all of these beautiful things happen that cause us joy, fabulous. We're using them as our portal. Just don't get attached to them that the only time you can have joy is when those things are present. We want to use those experiences and memories and imagination to bring us back into contact with joy so that it becomes such a natural contact that we just are that all the time, that we don't have to have any kind of a catalyst to make us experience it. It just oozes out of us. When we're in a heightened state of awareness and observation, things are richer, they're nuanced, colors are stronger, more vibrant, sounds are more distinct. Interactions in the world which bring us to tears and unity in the cosmos. Have you ever been just at a stop sign where people were so in sync with one another that they allowed one another to move joyfully into that intersection and go, versus being in one where everybody was trying to sort of get their place in. And in that moment, when people were being in such unity and cooperation and collaboration, it's something so simple as an intersection, and you feel this joy for it. You're like, that's us working together. It's so beautiful. I'm part of a whole. I was part of a whole 4 or 5 stop sign thing that was happening. Those kinds of things can bring and remind us of our joy, the default position we have of joy. So in Tennessee, I'm having the privilege of tending to a dying man and his family. I spend several days of the week, few hours each day with him. And from the room where he's spending most of his days, I asked him what he saw out of the window now. Was it any different from what he saw before he was ill? And he answered, he thought about it, and he said, it's layers. It's as though before everything had been clumped into shapes and meaning and given language to describe it. He said, now it's been dissected into layers, and I'm experiencing the layers separately. He said, there is a brilliance to the hue, a depth of field, a nuance that I hadn't noticed before. In this awareness, subtlety, refinement, let's not wait until we're dying to step into that space. Let's step into that space now, because we have the opportunity. So I'm going to try a little short practice with you with the concept of using visualization as a portal to experience joy, and perhaps memory co-joining with visualization, so that we can see that we can touch joy even through an imagination. It doesn't even have to be an actual act. So close your eyes and find yourself at the entrance to a garden. See the path in. It may be stone, it may be a dirt path. It may be a dense garden with little space between plantings. It may be a more sparse garden with spaciousness. It's spring, the garden is bursting with growth, and it's pleasing to you. Take a moment to simply experience the entirety of what is surrounding you. Begin to see and feel the colors, the textures, the forms of the individual plantings. You are being pulled farther into the garden, and you take a few steps into the density of these plants. Take a deep breath as you venture into this space. Letting the healing colors of green wash across you. Noticing the variety of green shades in your garden, the palette of light and dark and bluish and yellowish. Your hands float away from your body, grazing the branches and tips of the plantings, releasing a fragrance, a scent of nature, a healing possibility. You breathe deeply to infuse yourself with this fragrance. Your eyes move around the garden, maybe sighting a bird, a bee, a bud just opening, maybe a little squirrel dashing across the path. You are feeling a heightened sense of calm, connectedness to the source of all, to nature and the elements of creation. Notice this space of connectedness, peace, maybe even tranquility. Is it enjoining you to the seat of joy deep inside of yourself? Is this imagery taking you down the portal to not just a fleeting experience of joy, but to joy, the source of joy itself? Are your memories and imagination portals to the fragrance of joy, which is you? Use memories and imagination as bridges to access the depths of your being until the time at which you know joy as one of the layers of yourself, without external stimulus, without mental imagination, just in the spaciousness of yourself, you know joy as a layer. Now slowly open your eyes. Such a simple thing to use all of these tools of our aliveness to connect us to this layer of ourselves so that this path becomes so smooth and so easily treaded upon that we don't have to think about it. We don't have to wait for anything to stimulate it. That connection is just what we're living out of. So this week, I would love for you to use the affirmation, joy is my inherent natural state of being. I will post it on here. Joy is my inherent natural state of being. Own it, ladies. If we don't own it and we wait for it to come to us, we've missed this incredible opportunity to live in it, to be it, to let it just flow out of us into the world. Now we will chant.
देवस्य धीमहि